Hello, I'm Dr. David Hawkins. I'm the director of the Marriage Recovery Center.
And I'm David Daroff, a therapist here at the Marriage Recovery Center.
Hey, and we're doing some cool things.
Yeah, we are.
You have some cool ideas, and one of the cool ideas is about how change happens. And couples come to us and individuals come to us where we do these marriage intensives, we do these personal intensives, and in all of that, David, these people want change. You've got some ideas for us about change and how it happens.
I've been looking at change and how to de-escalate conflicts and things like that for a long time now. And one thing that's pretty much universal is that if you want to change something, you've got to first of all change how you think about it, which involves changing how you talk about it. If you can change your language on things, you actually begin a process of changing how you think about it. For example, there's been a real movement within the community of mental health to talk about suicide in different terms than he committed suicide or he accomplished suicide, as if it's something positive. So we change our language in order to recognize the painfulness of that. And we might just say, well, he died by suicide.
How would we implement this with a couple that's in distress?
Yeah, so I'm thinking that we might change our language to away from the blame and shame, saying you did this to me, or you're responsible for the way I feel, because first of all, nobody is responsible for the way we feel. We need to own that. Now, feelings are there, and some of our feelings aren't so positive, but we decide what we're going to do with them, don't we?
Yeah.
And so what I'm suggesting is that it's easier to decide to move in a positive way if we adjust our language away from blame and shame and move it more towards a positive viewpoint and put more of the love in it and be sensitive to what is being heard instead of saying you did this or you acted this way.
I want to give you an example, David. We're working with couples all the time, and I'm always a little bit surprised when one mate is surprised at the response that they get from their mate when they say something like, I feel like you never really did love me. And the mate gets defensive, and they're always surprised. All I did was share a feeling, and I say,
but it
actually
really wasn't
the feeling in there. Or they, I feel like you put your work ahead of me. You always put your work ahead of me. And their mate reacts, and then there they go, off to the races, and there's a fight. Is that what you're talking about when you say?
So how would we change that? Like, instead of saying, you always put your work before me, maybe you could say, it seems like you treasure your work a lot. And I sometimes feel like I'm getting shortchanged on that. Now, it takes the pain of accusation out of it. It still expresses what
could they even, David, could they even soften what you just said even a little bit more by saying something like, honey, I know you care about your work, but I've been feeling a little lonely lately, and I'm wondering if you wouldn't mind if we could, if you take a little more time, and I'd like to get back to date nights or something.
think that any time we can change the language from a negative, like you're not, or you do this, or and we make it a positive, like I would like us to spend more time instead of you never give me time. Because anytime you use the negative piece, then the result is negative.
I got to tell you something. I told Christy this many years ago, and I would offer it to everybody as advice. It's working for me. It's working for me and Christy. I said this to Christy. I said, Christy, if you ask for anything from me in a positive way, I promise you I will do everything I can to get it for you. Now, some people are probably going to gasp and go, wait a second, but it's true. I mean, she's not going to ask me. So I say, Christy, for example, if you want more of my time, if you say to me, I would really love it if you took me out this weekend. Boom, done.
You're all over it.
I'm all over it. I'm there.
But if she were to say to you, well, you've not given me any time. You need to give me more time. You're going to be tearing your hair out, wondering, how do I do that?
Man, how do I do it? Or I'm going to feel so inadequate. I'm going to be, the little inner gerbils inside my guts are churning. And
yeah, I think we got to listen to part of speaking and not blaming is also learning to listen to what comes to us.
Yeah,
and that's it takes two sides of this conversation, right? You got to speak into it what you really feel and what you really think.
Love it.
And then you have to ask for what you really want
in a positive way. Well, okay, David, that's good stuff. So there's a couple of tools for you, and so you can have a powerful impact on getting exactly what you want in your marriage. So we've given you some tools to try out. Let us know how they work. You can contact us at info@marriagerecoverycenter.com. You can call us at 206-219-0145. David, thank you.
Thank you.